What's up, sons? It's Blind Rod with Son of a Tech once again. Today we have a review for the Goldshell LB Box. This is to mine the library coin, and basically the library coin is a coin that is used for payouts, tips, etc. on a platform that's known as LBRY, which is a video hosting platform built on the blockchain. Let's get into the review right after a word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is Crypto.com. Crypto.com is my go-to centralized exchange for liquidating my crypto assets. With their Crypto.com Visa debit card, I can load up my mined Ethereum to pay for power and other operating costs quickly while earning up to 8% cash back. In addition to the Visa debit card, there are additional fiat options, including wire transfers, to easily receive your profits. Crypto.com also offers additional services, including trading and even staking, to earn additional revenue on your investments. Join 10 million plus users buying and selling 100 plus cryptocurrencies at true cost by using my affiliate link in the description for a $25 funding bonus. Or enter referral code SOAT at sign up for the same bonus. Remember, cryptocurrency investment comes with significant risks, so do your own research. Welcome back. So if you currently want to mine library credits, this is the most powerful miner available for it, at least at this point. And unfortunately, it's built by a company known as Goldshell, which focuses on, of course, home mining ASICs, which means, of course, they won't be as powerful. And that is because they don't want to be as loud when they're mining in your house. It's actually running and mining right now back here, and we're going to get into the review now. First of all, this is going to be basically mining only library. So you have an issue with, of course, resaleability if it becomes unprofitable or new ASIC miners come onto the market. Right now you can mine library with FPGA, but they are much, much less efficient than these boxes back here, as well as quite a bit more expensive. So if we're talking about mining library, this is pretty much the only option. So if you take a look at the box, of course, it's going to have its standard size fans that are in pretty much all of the Goldshell miners. They only really get loud on the initial spin up, and then they usually stay pretty good. If they get loud, you probably need to clean out the dust within the miner itself. And if you need a guide on that, let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so the fans, you've probably heard them before. If you've used them before, I don't really have a good way of measuring decibel level. However, if we take a look at the fact sheet, it's going to be less than or equal to 35 decibels. Now, the advertised hash rate is going to be 175 gigahash a second, plus or minus 5%. And the wattage is going to be 162 watts, plus or minus 5%. Included in the box is a power supply. Unfortunately, that power supply will not work in most geographical locations. I think it's China, but for this particular case in the US, you're going to have another option for power. Now, they recommend a 600 watt Gold Plus rated power supply. However, in my experience, it's not necessary. You could run a couple more, depending on what you're trying to do, right? So if we're trying to hit that 50% load, which is the max efficiency of a power supply, pretty much you would be looking at a 400 watt power supply to hit that 50% load and hit that efficiency target. So the connection is Ethernet. Your dimensions are 175 by 150 by 84 millimeters, and it weighs 2 kilograms, and it operates between 0 and 35 degrees Celsius. We will be having a setup guide for this, so stay tuned to the channel. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe button with that notification bell to get notifications when that goes live. So currently you can see we do have it mining. It is hitting that 175 gigahash gigahash mark that is advertised, so that's good. And actually over here you can see currently it's actually hitting a little bit more than that, about 190 gigahash a second. Okay. So the next question is power, and the power, basically, if we have just a kilowatt plugged into a separate power supply that is gold rated, is sitting around 175 watts. which is not too far off their advertised. Keeping in mind that efficiency is playing a role here, and a gold rated power supply will obviously have that about 13% loss in efficiency, depending on the size of the power supply, how much the power supply has as far as load on it, and so on. It can get as low as about 8% if you get to that 50% mark, and that's really just going to be as good as you can set up your mining farm if you were to, for example, run a few of these off of, say, a server power supply. So you have a couple options there. You could just buy a cheap 400 to 450 watt power supply from Best Buy or Newegg or whatever it may be. Or you could go, if you're going to run multiple of these, I highly recommend going to Parallel Miner and picking up a server power supply with a 6-pin PCIe breakout board and then plugging that on up. So with those numbers, let's get into the calculations for profitability. This is recommended by, of course, the official library website to use for calculations, and we will put in 177 gigahash, and the wattage that we are going to throw in there is the 175. And let's go ahead and calculate that out. So my current cost settings right now in here is 10 cents a kilowatt hour. I am going to adjust that for my particular location, which is 5.5 cents a kilowatt hour, so I can get an idea. And your revenue is going to be $1.61 before power costs and $1.38 after power costs. Not extremely efficient, but still way more efficient than any other options for mining the library coin. So the next thing that we want to do, of course, is calculate ROI. So let's go back to the Goldshell shop page, and they do have these in stock, and they currently are on sale for $5.19. So all we need to do is run some basic math here with a calculator and do the 519 divided by 1.38, and my ROI will be over a year, about a year and 2 weeks, or about a year and 2 weeks, 376 days to basically pay off this unit. So is it worth it? Well, currently no. You can buy RTX 3090s even at scalper prices and have a faster ROI. You can buy L3 Pluses from scalpers and have a faster ROI. But there is, of course, the entire point of supporting the library network. And if you want to support the library network and you think that it's going to head somewhere, then I would encourage you to purchase one and put it on the network just to support it. What this does mean, which is interesting because we saw this, of course, with the Antminer L3 Plus. The L3 Plus has been around for a long, long time. And there was nothing really enticing to mine with it as far as profitability goes until Dogecoin started heading to the moon thanks to Elon Musk. And when that happened, all of a sudden, all those $125 L3 Pluses made a lot of sense. Now, this isn't $125, unfortunately, but you should get my point. Let's say that library starts making more and more waves within the video platform services, and more people move to it as they either get kicked off of YouTube or just feel like they don't belong on YouTube anymore and they look for a different platform. I think a lot of a lot of different channels, depending on where they are on the political spectrum, would go there. Whether you agree with that political spectrum or not, you should understand what I'm talking about. And what that would mean is more people will head there, which means the value of the coin will go up to support the creators that are earning that particular crypto. So definitely check it out. If you're interested in supporting the network, I support library, so I'm happy to run one of these. I'm probably going to order a couple more just to be basically supporting the network. And they're just cheap and easy to run as far as power. I could probably run a few of them off of a single platinum server power supply from Parallel Miner, and it's not really going to affect the profits of the farm from the GPU perspective. Thanks for watching my review today. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Once again, if you're focused on profitability, this is not the way to go. But if you enjoy the library as a project, then it may be the way to go. I'll see you next Tuesday. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to see more. Also, you can check out this playlist for more content talking about cryptocurrency.